Hello and welcome to Corner to Corner. We want to say salute to a lot of our new subs, and we're going to get right back into it in this video. I'm Caden.
What's good? It's your boy Complex. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to
Happy New
2026.
Year.
We made it. Here we go.
And we're not going to waste any time. 50 Cent jumps in and gives his take on the relationship with Claressa Shields and Papoose, and he accuses Papoose of pimping and using Claressa Shields because he dropped this right here. And we're going to take a look at what 50 Cent posted.
Everything I did for you. I did it because I love you. Don't you felt the same way about me?
Well, you got to be crazy. I use you. You're a toy, bitch. A freak. You get your big country. Bring your ass back to the country where you belong.
Gonna kick your ass.
Get this, bitch.
Everything I
And he wrote the caption, sad face. Now you see that? That's assault. You can't just go around putting your hands on people, LOL. And I don't know who he added, but then he wrote Happy New Year. So
First off, AI is a hell of a drug. AI is crazy because that looks so good. That looks like it's real. Second of all, that might be a premonition for the future because that's really how she's gonna do him when she finds out that $8 million contract was $8 million in monopoly money. when she realized that ain't real money.
Yeah, I mean, or did you see the movie with Keke Palmer and SZA? I forget the name of it, but SZA was in a relationship with this dude, and whenever she started to like realize he was using her, he would just take her in the bedroom and put it on her, and then she would forget. So maybe all right. Now
we call that sugar.
Papoose responded to that AI video that 50 Cent dropped with an AI video of his own. And here's what Papoose dropped. He dressed as a woman, I guess, get on the dance. That's what he dropped. All right. So we're gonna look at the caption that 50 wrote in response to that. 50 wrote, look what Pat posted. That looked like one of his joints. All his woes handsome. They tougher than him. LOL. That's what 50
now
wrote.
50 will tell a joke, but he will never tell a lie. If you think about it, Pap's women are very tough. Okay. Yes. Remember, Remy Ma, okay, might be one of the most gutted chicks in all of hip hop. When she says she's gonna do something, she's gonna do it. She went to jail. She went to jail for that shit. She was not playing around. Somebody stole some money from her and she was not playing with it. She went to jail over that. She got it back in blood, right? And she looks like a chick she'll $150 your face. Like, if you know New York chicks, they gotta be tough. They're like bread tough because New York City is such a crazy place. Yo, Papoose likes tough women. And then you look at
I think her son is bagged for like murder too. Remy Ma's son.
Right.
So
and then Claressa Shields right after that. That's your next one. Buddy just likes it rough. I don't know.
Likes to be the sensitive side.
yes, there we go. There it is.
You know what I'm saying? They need love too, Complex. Anyway, we're going to take a look at another issue among Claressa Shields and Papoose, one in which Papoose was allegedly with Remy Ma on Christmas. So Claressa Shields got upset, went to Louis V, went splurging, spent $30K in Louis V, but then magically Papoose appeared, I guess the day after Christmas, and surprised her with a lot of gifts from Louis V, and the streets are saying that she bought them gifts herself and then made it look like Pap gave it to her. Anyway, we're going to play all this for you, and then we'll give our take on all this. But trust me, you're going to want to see this. This was a lot going on. Take a look. Here it is right here. Let's watch.
You rich, you in good health, you're a real person, you're pretty. Like, come on now, of course they don't like you. Of course they don't like me. Naturally, just fire. Just naturally, just tea. It's like not even having to try. Put on a t-shirt, put on some jeans, put on some shoes, and I just feel like eating them. How ironic. The same person that was complaining about not feeling the holidays and not doing too much decides to go and splurge at Louis V after her man is rocking it. I'm like, who the hell is she trying to prove that she's the shit to?
Boy, you was a slick boy. You is the reason this builder piece is on the internet and everybody's DMs going off on everybody. But since you
Will the Beast is tough.
Where's the proof that Pap was with Remy on the holidays? Here is the proof. Y'all go to Daniel's leather and y'all check this here out. Make sure you look at the way Daniel is dressed.
Diamond cut mink.
Yes, man.
Where are you going on New Year's Eve, man? What's going on?
Hey, look, man. I'm off.
Oh, that one that I see that be dragging on the floor, what color?
Pep told Daniel, hey, yo, man, do your video with the coat on with rim, and take your coat off and just do the sweat on with me. So that way, man, my crazy girl, Claressa Shields, won't know that we was together. Once again, Claressa, you stupid. Shout out to Rim.
Prepare to be cringed, y'all. That's all I got to say. Attention, surface.
She pulling the Floyd. Maybe that's just how they do it in Michigan. That's just how they do it. They got to. All she's missing is the buffs.
Yeah, listen.
Y'all not gonna believe who surprised me last night. Of course, my man Papoose done. I'm in there talking junk to Suki. He done walked in my room. I mean, I thought a stranger walked in my house, but I'm ready to go down. I forgot he got a key in my house, so he come right to the front door. But yeah, now I'm looking for the food court. Yeah, my diet is so strict. I had Pat run outside with me early, and we had to get some miles in, but I should blow another bag today. But I really feel like I got everything I want out of Louis today. I think I got something new in here today. I got me win purses, and I had got me.
Is she trying to convince like the audience or herself or? You're not gonna get an endorsement like this.
I know. All right. That's it right there. Now you saw that she went to Louis V and she spent $30K at Louis V. $30K at Louis V. And then magically Pap appeared and he bought her some Louis V too. The streets are saying, nah, you bought that, and now you're trying to front like it was Pap. Anyways, Complex One, what's your reaction to this 50 Cent Papoose beef? And then the street saying that she bought her own Louis V for Christmas.
Look, if there's one person you don't want smoke with, it's 50. All right. You got to give it to him. I don't think 50's lost battle of any kind of sort. I mean, he got shot 9 times and stuff, he still lived. So he kind of won that one. You know what I mean? Like, bro, this is not a guy you want to mess with.
Shut down.
Yo, Pop, I don't know if you want that smoke. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want him to turn his attention on you. You might get a 4-part documentary on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want 50 to dig into this $8 million deal and this whatever, your win records. because 50 knows about this business. 50 was in the promotional business, right? He had SMS promotions. 50 has a record label, so he can expose this.
Let me
whole
just
thing,
jump in
right?
on something you said. SMS promotions. So
Right.
when a rapper gets into the game of boxing, they start their own promotional company where they sign boxers to a promotional company, and he didn't
Right.
sign fighters to G Unit. For some of
Right.
you who can't put that together, but go
Right.
ahead.
His fighters didn't get a G Unit chain. They didn't come out on stage.
They didn't
join
make
the record
tracks
label.
with Game.
Right. They didn't drop a Hot 16, you know what I'm saying, on the next track. They stick to boxing, all right? So, yeah, this whole thing with 50, you know what I'm saying? And one thing you got to know is 50 control. So you're just taking the bait. You're just making it easy. He's going to troll you and you reacting. And honestly, Pop's reaction was kind of lame. Like, oh, you got a video of some woman dancing, you put 50's face on it. It's like, what are we doing? That's lame. Like, you got to come out hard. You could have done something. Or you should have, bro, you're a battle rapper or you're a freestyle rapper. Why didn't you drop a diss track or something? Do something. You just did a lame whatever, especially trying to sell some records. No, you should have done a thing. That's like your one thing is freestyling. That's like what we know you for. You could have done that. Anyways.
If 50, would you respond to Pap?
No, but at least I like to stick with my strengths, right? If I'm good at freestyling, freestyle, right? Because then you could beat him in that because you can keep it to that. Because 50's not going to respond, so then you might get a dub off that.
He can't beat him in that. So lyrically, some people would say Cannabis is better than LL Cool J. But remember, back when 4321 came out, Cannabis said, "Let me borrow the mic from your arm." L took offense to that. So he left Cannabis on the track, then he dissed him on the whole last track. Then they got into a battle. Cannabis made second round knockout. LL made Can I Bust and murdered him. LL didn't murder him because like he was so much better lyrically. He murdered him because he just sunned him on the track. And I feel like 50 would just sun Papoose because at the end of the day, 50's so much bigger and so much more successful than Pap. He could just sun him on the track.
This is true, but there is honor even in some defeats. Because if you came with something, remember though, think about it. Even let's say more recently, Kendrick and Drake. Kendrick is not nearly as popular commercially or anything as Drake. But when you just have something that you can hit this guy with and he can't really come back from, you can still topple a giant in that sense. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying Pap would have won a freestyle battle or
but Kendrick and Drake to me is a bit different because that's more Nas Jay-Z, where Jay-Z was selling more records than Nas, but Nas had the streets. He was the streets lyricist. He was the street poet, right? Also successful in his own right. Also went platinum in his own right. Nas also had hits in his own
just
right.
Not as much as
Pap doesn't have that. So Kendrick's like the voice of the streets. Kendrick has like songs like "Sang About Me." Like when you play that, dog, you feel that in your chest. Kendrick got so many songs like that. Drake is the pop star, kind of like Jay-Z, like with the hits or whatever. So you had the voice of the streets going against someone who speaks or who raps for the streets too, but it's more pop, and it ended up the same way Nas and Jay did. So to me, I feel like personally it's a little different, but I get what you're saying. I don't think Pap has any standing to go against 50.
but as a man, he had to respond, right? He had to respond because he had to do something. So you can't do nothing, right? You can't just take it on the chin. But I don't think this jab back was worth it because it looked kind of lame to me. I would have done something else. Right. So anyways, but let's see where that heads. Because 50, if he got time, he'll make you his pet project. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens there.
You want to investigate Win Records.
Yes, right.
5-part series.
Or you start you a series on Stars or something. He's gonna have something about you. Next is the Louis Vuitton Dawn. You know what I'm saying? She out there counting the money till her thumbs start bleeding. You know what I'm saying? So much paper. God damn, Claressa. You don't gotta convince us. We know you got money. We believe you. Okay? We believe you.
I don't know.
Maybe. You don't gotta flex. It's
used to do the same thing.
And it looked corny when he did it too. Even Floyd has got the most money, but Floyd looks so insecure whenever he does that. Floyd was courtside like about a couple weeks ago. I think Jay was sitting a couple of seats from him, and he was like counting money courtside. Why are you counting money courtside? Brother, if you don't give them your card and let them pay for your drinks and keep it moving, you think they got time to be
Yo, he
calling out?
probably doesn't have one. Like, no cap. I know people.
He could be that. No,
like,
well, a man that rich, who knows? He could be.
Oh, Floyd, think about it. This is crazy, but I'm telling you, I've seen it before. Like, Floyd, everywhere he goes, he can drop cash. He likes to walk around with stacks of cash. So for him, why would he want plastic? You got to go on a computer. You got to log in. You got to check things. You got to do all this stuff.
I get you.
He got to recharge. So he's just used to handing people cash. So you're courtside at a game, and your MO is to go into Louis or to go into wherever you want and drop cash. Now you're people expecting you to have like a card. I'm telling you, it wouldn't surprise me if Floyd didn't have a card. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. Like, I'm just.
Well, he's not beating the allegations. That's not helping him beat the allegations. If he don't got a card, can he read a page of a Harry Potter book?
Hey, look, I don't know. I'm not trying to.
But he can count, and that's all that matters because he got the bread. He can count.
He knows how many 20s make 100.
Yeah, that's all that matters. He's like 4 or 5. All right. Claressa, just to wrap it up.
6, 7. No, some joking. That's 100.
Yeah, Claressa. This whole thing. Then the pop got her the gifts or whatever. It's like, girl, like, I feel like they're doing this. They got to be trolling us because they're not. It's like too unaware. It's like they can't be that. They can't be that lack awareness of themselves. Girl, we just saw you in Louis store buying mad stuff. You mean to tell you Pop? And we saw you in the mall with Pap in that same outfit walking out of the stores with bags. So you didn't know that Pop bought you all this stuff? Why you got to put on for us? You don't got to do that. I feel like they're trolling us because they know that it's going to rage. Just, you know how the internet is nowadays. It's like rage sells. I feel like they're trolling us. This could be, hey, maybe we're discounting this. This could be Win Records' master plan to get us all involved with this Pop and Claressa.
I hope
craziness.
That's best case
and they're going to drop like an album or something that's going to hit the streets and it's going to tear the streets apart. I hope that's the case, because if not, I really don't know what else to say. I hope that's the case.
That's best case scenario. I don't know.
And featuring Khadija. I'm telling you, there's gotta be something. They're dropping something. It's gonna be crazy because
Khadija's on the scene.
It cannot be what it is. It cannot be what we think it is. It's gotta be some sort of master plan to pull us all in. I don't know. What do you think?
This is look. This is what I think. One, I didn't know that we stumbled into a situation where there are a lot of people who've been calling out this scenario and all types of stuff, and there are actually just channels that are actually dedicated to exposing Pap and Claressa and all that, because I'm hearing all types of stuff and I'm like, look, I cover mainly boxing. We cover mainly boxing. We dabble into other things, but sometimes it's usually boxing related, like Claressa Shields and Pat, but sometimes it's not. Either way, I'm just telling you my objective opinion based on my knowledge of the sport, life, business, the world, everything. And people get upset. Claressa Shields in Louis V, when she was counting that money, she looked kind of angry. She looked mad. And she's like, oh, I'm getting myself a gift and whatever. And then she's like, oh, I was talking smack about him to my friend. And then he just popped in. Right? Then you look at the other stuff she was saying, like, I'm T, my body's naturally T. It's like, who just does this off the dome? Like, there has to be something on your mind. There has to be something bothering you that's making you say this stuff. And the reality is, no matter what happens, no matter how people try to spin it, Pap is married to Remy. And she is the side chick. She's the side piece. And when he's not with her on Christmas, but he's with her on New Year's Eve, great. But he wasn't with you on Christmas. And at the end of the day, I'm really not locked into this situation, but I just think it's funny how someone like Claressa Shields, who portrays herself as being very confident, engages in behaviors that show insecurity. And like even walking through the mall, like COVID been gone. COVID been done. This man got on a mask. And she's like, oh, he got to be incognito. People are going to recognize you before they recognize him. Who the hell's recognizing Pap? They got to be 45 and older. Yo, dog, yo, I love you, man. Like, get the hell out of here. You feel me? Like, this is crazy. So he's walking around with a mask on. Nobody's mobbing you when you are currently the GOAT, the champion, all that. $8 million contract announced. Nobody's mobbing you. But damn, if Pap show his face, the Smeagol's are gonna come flocking. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? This is the type of stuff that gets clowned. And the reality is she's the one who put it out. You didn't have to put this out. You think people genuinely believe that if Pap showed his face, he would get mobbed? Like, that's where things are going. But personally, I think that's ridiculous. Now, 50 on the other hand, I think 50's exposing this because people want to talk about someone who knows about boxing promotions, right? 50 actually had a promotional company. He was supposed to start it with Floyd Mayweather. When Floyd Mayweather was locked up, 50 started it without him. They signed Yoel Gamboa. They signed Andre Dirrell. And then it ended up falling apart, and 50 hasn't been involved with boxing since. But the point is he started a promotional company, so he understands the business of boxing, right? People talk about Jay-Z. Jay-Z has an agency where he has agents. He provides agents to fighters. He's not signing the fighters to his record label. So, like, people, you have
same thing with James Prince. James Prince, even though he's involved with boxing and he manages boxers, they're not signed to Rap-A-Lot Records. No, there's a difference. It's not the same thing.
Exactly. You don't see them with a Rap-A-Lot chain. You don't see them doing appearances with Scarface. Like, so people act like it's not the same. But this is what they're relying on, people who don't really fully understand. So before you come and just talk, just understand people like 50 recognize the game. So some inspired 50 to take that shot at them. I don't know what it was, but took that shot at them. Here's what I'm saying Pap doesn't want. 50 might have to do a series on Pap. He's going to start off with Pap's history of living off women, right? It's going to start with him finding a woman on Section 8 because he didn't have nowhere to live. So he went with her, and then he tried to, and that's the other thing. Like, I don't want to expose the game on him, but it's like, she's talking about them having a baby. That's what them slimy hood dudes do who don't got nothing. They need to trap someone. So they try to give her a baby so that, like, she could be on the Section 8 and they can live with her. Like, it's just grimy. So he wants to attach himself to you forever. Like, so you're the successful one. You're the one who's doing, you're the one. So he wants to trap you. He wants to always give himself unfettered access to you. And you just eating it up. Like, he loves me, whatever. If he loved you, he wouldn't be walking through the mall with a COVID mask on when the pandemic been done. So anyways, my take on it is this, man. I think everyone can see it. I think 50's exposing it. Pap's response was weak. I don't think he wants to rap against 50 because he's going to make an actual freestyle. 50's going to make a club banger, and everyone's going to be playing it. It's going to be like back to back. You know what I mean? So, and at the end of the day, I think Pap needs to chalk up this L, and he needs to move on. If they really want to stop all this, though, like you said it, they could just stop posting on social media. But the fact they keep doing it means they like the attention. They want people in their relationship. But those are usually the relationships that don't last, like Teyana Taylor and Mufasa. So when the breakup happens, I just hope Claressa Shields has good friends and family that will forgive her for alienating them when Papoose made her do it so that he can be the one to control her.
Yeah, I just want to say something to Claressa directly, in case she ever happens to come across this video. First off, don't sue us, because we know how you like to threaten to sue YouTube.
What do we say?
Just saying, you never know, because she was always about to sue that other dude. But I want to say this: Claressa is the GOAT, legitimately, because we are boxing fans. One thing you guys may or not know, Kate and I are actual boxing fans, and legitimately, Claressa is the GOAT. She's the greatest woman of all time when it comes to boxing. She has literally won championships across multiple weight classes, undisputed everything. She's done everything she can do in boxing. 2-time gold medalist in the Olympics. She's incredible. So it's just tough to see somebody who's so incredible in one thing, like basically suffer in another part of their life in such a public way. And it's hard because, you know, she came from the lowest of the lows, you could say. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Really tough upbringing, but she literally fought her way to the top. And it's like, you want somebody like that to win. You want them to succeed, right? You want them to get the best of everything because they had to sacrifice so much to get where they're at. And I think the only thing that looks concerning about this whole Pap situation is like, it looks like you have the whole world in your hands and you're literally about to let it slip because you're in love with the wrong guy. Now, you know, we don't know the full story, but we can put 2 and 2 together. So at the end of the day, when ultimately like that video that we saw at the beginning of the clip that 50 posted turns true, and this whole, you know, you signed to win records for $8 million deal or whatever, and that money doesn't come up or things don't work out, and you know, you give away years of your career that are precious to you, we just hope that you're gonna take the time to reflect and look back and see that people were trying to tell you, and it wasn't hate, it wasn't whatever, it was literally trying to help you because everybody can see it happening. Now, you may not be able to see it right now because you're blinded by love or whatever, but ultimately, we just want the best for you. You already got a movie out on your first part of your life. We hope the sequel to that is not like, you know, a tragedy.
What's love got to do with it?
What's love got to do
Angela
with it?
Bassett and Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, that was my movie as a kid. But we just want it to be a success story. We want the sequel to be like you want even better. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the GOAT. She's a legitimate boxer. And she's got a fight coming up later in January, right? She's got a fight against.
Yeah, she's fighting Franchon Cruz-Dezurn. I'm not sure the actual date. Yeah,
cover that, and I feel like I'd pick you to win. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the GOAT. It's no shade or nothing. Obviously, this is all entertainment, talking about this stuff. But legitimately, when it comes to boxing, she is the GOAT, and so we respect her for that.
Only thing I would add is it's so disappointing for me to see someone like you said who came up, worked really hard, won 2 gold medals, built herself up, and now I see her putting this dude in front like he's been there the entire time and he's the reason why she's successful. It's like it reminded me of I was watching Wonder Woman, the superhero. And she just had like this weakness for this dude. And I'm like, then she's not Wonder Woman. And I just couldn't watch it. I stopped watching it. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, couldn't watch it. But like, anyways, I really don't have anything else to add except thank you for watching this video. If you subscribed, we appreciate it. And I guess now we'll follow this drama for you wherever it takes us.
Yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments. Is Claressa, did she buy that Louis V for herself, or did Pop really buy it for her? Or you know what it was? You ever see those dudes at stores where their girls buying things? They always stand behind them and they have as their girls paying for it, they got their hands around their girl's waist and they standing behind her like that. It might have been one of those where it's like Pop, was holding her while she paid for it. So it's kind of like he bought it too. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like them two.
Yeah, we're gonna find out in that series that 50 makes.
Yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you drop a comment. Subscribe to the channel. We got more coming for you. Boxing, other topics, everything. It's Corner to Corner. That's Caden. I'm Complex. We out.